Welcome to another video of Film Addicts. This is Chili.
And I'm Kent.
And we just finished watching Planet of the Apes, the third one, War for the Planet of the Apes, the final conclusion of this series. Before we get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Okay, so with that out of the way, what were your thoughts on the last one, the final chapter? Was it the best one? I don't remember it being this good.
I don't remember it being this good.
I thought the second one was fucking fantastic, but
these three movies, there isn't one that stands out as bad. They all are good movies.
Yeah.
Some are really good, and some are amazing. Or one of them I think is amazing. But overall, it's all these installments, all three of these.
Caesar's arc from the first film to this. Mm-hmm. I thought the first one, I thought it was great when they all escaped, and at the end, that's when they started revolting. I thought that was great. That's when it started getting good. In the prison and out.
Right.
When he found his purpose. Like, I gotta stay here and fucking take these guys out. And then he's been doing that throughout all these movies. He's just been leading these guys. And now they're all kind of, some of them are starting to talk more. And the humans are getting more stupid. They're, they can't speak. And, it's just, this is 2 years after Koba. This film starts.
So. We did see Koba pop up throughout this film. Right? He covered in blood, basically talking shit.
Yeah.
Like, and there was a lot of symbolism, like, I don't know, like Christianity.
Well, the thing was like Woody Harrelson, who plays the colonel for the human side, and they have him imprisoned and everything. Because his people are starting to get the virus and they're starting to die out, and he's trying to kill them all off because he doesn't want to get infected.
He says it's like an unholy war or something along those lines. He has to kill everybody that gets infected.
It's a sacrifice.
Yeah, because
son.
Since the first movie, and that's what I like about all these movies. Like there's a payoff by watching the other movies. There's a congratulations, thanks for watching, because they do like little conversations about stuff that you would be aware of if you watch the other ones, like the virus, right? The virus is what took out everybody, and those who didn't get sick, right? That doesn't mean that the virus can't still mutate, and that's what ended up happening. The virus mutated, and now what it's doing is it's taking away their it's lowering their cognitive functions, messing with their speech, and I know they were marking the soldiers as well. Yeah. I think they're doing some sort of branding. I think there was a lot of dealing with like the internment camps, or not the internment camps. What was it?
The
concentration camps. There you go.
They're marking them.
Yeah, they're branding them. Concentration. Yeah, working to death. It was.
And then you had those gorillas that were donkeys. Mm-hmm. That were Koba's people from the second movie, and they joined the humans, which is weird because it's like Koba hated the humans, but then here they are, they were afraid.
Now they're like overseers of the other apes later on.
Yeah, they were sort of like Steven and Django Unchained. They were all like that. They were just mean. And
this movie starts off with like putting you through the emotional ringer. I like Ash, which was Caesar's son, and Caesar, he was annoying, don't get me wrong. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, he was not taking Caesar at his word. He was going against him. He was like a teenager, I want to say.
Yeah, he
right?
was really young.
He was rebelling, but towards the end, he realized, oh crap, man, I should have listened to my dad. He was right about Koba the entire time, and I really liked his arc. And in the beginning of the film, you can see that Caesar put a lot of faith into him because he had him go on a mission to go find them a new home, right? Because the end of the second movie, the soldiers were coming to kill the rest of the apes, and now we start off in the third one where they're on the run in the forest and they're looking for somewhere to be safe from the soldiers. Hence why he sent his son on a mission But unfortunate thing is, because we do know now that there are apes that are helping out the humans, one of those apes, in exchange for his life, ratted them out where they were hiding. And Winter, snowflake, winter. Looks like this. Never. I'm not going to go off that tangent. But anywho, Woody Harrelson decides we're going to take out the king on the chessboard, but there's a mix-up. Kills Ash, thinking that he killed Caesar, and then here begins the whole
he has like the whole
type
thing.
deal.
He has like a coma in him. But you know, even in the beginning of the movie, I mean, it could stand alone, I guess, because they kind of give you like a little, they kind of give you a little summary of what happened, and by Rise and Dawn, and then here they are at war. But I mean, I guess, like you said, I mean, they do show Koba, so I mean, it kind of bridges them all
That's
together.
what these movies do so well. I like the first movie, Rocket, right? The bully in the enclosure. I didn't think twice about him the first time I watched these three movies, because these three movies are so far apart.
Yeah, because he's the one who gave him the food in there and then helped him, like, you know.
Yeah, he gave him the cookies or something.
Yeah.
He's like, you hand it out. He made him second in command, pretty much. Now Rocket loses his son in the second movie because Koba throws him off the top floor. In the third one, he decides to stand up and give, I think it was named Nova, give Nova a chance to run, and goes head toe to toe with the donkey, silverback gorilla, donkey as in backstabber. And it was cool because when I watched these originally, because there were years apart between the movies, I didn't really look at that. I knew that they were friends, but I didn't think about how involved Rocket was through the other movies.
He's totally loyal.
Yeah,
because he wasn't like going through all the trauma like Koba. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that was like Maurice. He was a circus monkey, right? Mm-hmm. And so he wasn't tortured like Koba. That's why he is so resentful and so mad. But you know, it's just like, I guess we were talking about like, why didn't he kill Woody Harrelson at the end? Caesar, because he did have mercy.
I don't know, man. You could argue that from different points
because
of view.
He was talking about it, like he was saying to Woody, like, you don't have any mercy.
Right.
And then at the end, he just saw he was like fucked up. You know, I was just gonna leave him. He's like, but he didn't want to kill him.
I don't know, man. That's tough because Woody Harrelson literally
fucked up his kid.
Well, he put the gun. He had the gun. He helped him cock it and was like, "Kill me." If somebody in that situation is begging for death,
well, what was he saying though? I know, but Woody was like, "You're getting too emotional." Remember?
Wouldn't that be asking for mercy, pretty much?
No, not in his.
If you're begging for death and then somebody decides to let you live, I don't think they're really showing you mercy.
It was kind of weird, kind of a mixed kind of. I don't know, because he did that to his
scenes like this are good in movies because then you can't really figure it out. Like, and you start a dialogue.
I don't know. I mean, I think he did have mercy because he didn't go his route. You know what I mean?
I think that was his form of mercy, but I suppose
because he already saw the doll that he touched it. You know, he was.
Man, if you see a deer, bleeding out on the side of the road, are you just gonna be like, give it a little head pat and just walk away, or are you gonna put it out of?
Yeah, but he gave him the gun to do it himself. He wasn't gonna do it. So
if I give like a little bowl of poison, I scoot it over to the
yeah, so he's just like, okay, well, I'm not going to do it.
Okay, fair.
So he left it there for him. So and I thought that was, it showed like he was evolving more humane, and he was still just that kind of soldier, just like fucking just kill me, shoot.
And we even got the crazy monkey. That's what's so good about these movies. It's the characters.
Oh, okay, that was an interesting like subplot or that character, because he was like out on his own and he was just like
bad ape.
Yeah, like he was the bad ape and they were treating him like shit, I guess. But he escaped.
Right.
He was from the zoo, and then he's all talking about the human zoo. Yeah, that guy was that character was interesting. You know.
It's as if, you know how they talk about animals in the zoo, how they can't adapt to the wild.
Yeah.
You start to notice he's looking around, and he's been copying humans for so long, and not actually being. He hasn't been around wild apes. He's totally out of his element.
Yeah.
He would probably feel more comfortable in this room talking to us than being out there with those apes.
See his house that he had. He had like this big ass house, and you know, and they had like these little huts and shit, and you know, waterfalls and whatnot. But yeah, he was living in a house, and you know, he could shoot a gun, ride a horse. So you know, but it's interesting because it was just like Caesar was like, "Are there more of you?" Like he thought he was the only one, or you know, those people. So. His ape, his kind.
Then we have the other, even the backstabbing donkey boy.
Oh, that was really sad.
He came around in the end.
Yeah, because they're shooting them all.
It was like the Darth Vader moment with the Emperor, where he picks him up.
And like he shot him. That guy.
He shot, but he went out. That was pretty.
Yeah, because that guy shot him in the arrow. That guy was fucked up.
Well, that guy was annoying. I thought he was going to be kind of helpful. But no, he wasn't helpful.
No,
he was one of those where you're like, you probably should have just killed him.
Yeah, it had to be the ape. The gorilla had to turn around. I mean, he knew also like there was nowhere to go after. Like Caesar was right. You know,
well, because they're losing. The side he's helping is about to lose, and there's nowhere else. Yeah, there's nowhere else to go. And then you have an avalanche.
Yeah, because that whole explosion fucked everything up.
I will say. And I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's a negative thing, but it is. There's a lot to digest at the end because there's so much going on. So, with that being said, if you've already watched like an emotionally draining movie because there's so much going on, I probably wouldn't want to watch a movie like this right afterwards. So, cleanse your palate before diving into a movie like. War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I think this one was more, emotionally draining, you know, than the other one.
Man, you're seeing that these poor. I never thought I'd be so emotionally attached to these poor bastards. They're getting whipped, man.
Yeah.
Wife murdered, kid murdered. What else is going on in those films? Girl abandoned because her father's murdered. There's a lot of murder.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's why it's called war. Right?
Yeah. But how many stars would you give this?
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, me too. But if I had to rank them, I'd say the second one, the third one, and then the first one.
Same.
Yeah.
Second, third, first. But second and I used to think that second was a lot higher than third. But in reality, I think it's a lot closer than I thought it was.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah. Because how do you top the second one? You know what I mean? It's even though it's like the same story and everything, just dissected.
I think that
life after
I
Koba.
do like Woody Harrelson's character as the lieutenant, but Koba it's like the Dark Knight, man. The Joker. There's just certain villains really make a movie amazing, and good villain in this movie, but not as amazing as Koba. That's why I'm
well, he was
a lot.
Woody Harrelson was a good villain for a while, but I mean you could see that he was like what's the word, mortal at the end. He was like really not the disease, the virus took him out, but it was just he was like kind of fucked up, killing children, and you have this whole background on him. It's just like, okay, he's just like, and he had all these people like fucking worshiping him and shit, like, even though he's taking them all down, they're all with him, even though all these people are gonna come and they're gonna fuck him up. But he has his little cult, and they're like always like in the morning, like kind of like praising him and shit, and he's just like,
Yeah. Good series though.
Yeah, but he was kind of like as far as like coming after Koba. It was decent. It wasn't a really horrible kind of villain, but it took him a while to come in. I mean, I like the way they set him up. How he just goes in there and kills his family and leaves, and we don't really know anything about him. We just hear about him.
Well, there was still betrayal in this movie between like Winter, right, and a few others. But
Winter was scared.
Yeah, but what I liked, what I would say for Dawn, what was nice is you could see all the wheels turning in Koba, like all these little. You can see the process. Like we see everything in this movie, but I think I like the way it was done a little bit more.
Winter felt bad because when he found out that his son got killed.
He knew he was fucked.
Yeah.
As soon as he said my son and my wife are dead. You could see Winter turned to look, about to scream out, and they just jumped him. Yeah. Game over.
Well, someone was coming, and then he was going to say something anyway. So, yeah, I mean,
never trust an albino ape.
Right. So that is the review of this trilogy. Leave a comment below. What are your thoughts on, Planet of the Apes? Which one? How do you rank these? Did you think this one was like the best, or is it like for me and you? Would you say it was the second best?
I would say this one was the second best,
and the first one being the third, the last. As far as you rank them, I go 2, 3, and 1. Rise being last.
Rise is being last.
So. But they were all paced good though.
They were all paced good. No, they all go really well together. I think watching them like a week apart went really well. I remember I've seen all these before, but them being years apart, and then all the other movies I watched,
you forget that investment of the characters.
It goes really well together. It's meant to be watched together. Yeah, for sure.
Because the investment on the characters, like it's still like fresh. Mm-hmm. It's like you know what I mean? It's just it's cool. So. War of the Planet of the Apes. Okay, so leave us a comment, and with that, we'll shut up, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Later.